people are kind of worried that Liz is back. It's kind of like when Voldemort returns. Sorry. It's kind of like when anyone returns.
You've just compared the Queen to Voldemort.
No, I just said it was like it.
I hate beauty pageants.
But he's obliterating
There is good evidence of him actually stealing.
He killed his girlfriend for saying her ex's name. Hot Cheerio, Hot Pocket Mukbang. mate, look at that. it's genuinely f***ing psychotic. Hello, people of the internet. How are you doing today? Not you, people on the internet. Hello, welcome back to Buddies. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate.
Yeah?
It's been a good week.
It's been a good week.
It's been interesting.
Yeah. Getting the first episode out was a weird one. I was kind of scared. I thought people might, for some reason, hate us. I don't know why.
Yeah, considering no one normally gives a shit about me on the internet or just in general life.
Oh,
it's quite nice.
Your parents? They're not interested.
You know what it's like. You know what it's like.
No, I don't. To be honest. But things been good? You've been enjoying the experience of the Buddies podcast?
I think it's been really cool to sort of the engagement we've had, seeing what people have sort of been saying about us.
Yeah, talking of engagement, first 20 seconds, subscribe right now. Thanks. Sorry, I just had to get out there. But yeah, you've been enjoying it as a newbie to the whole social stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm better at it than I thought I would be.
Yeah, I was definitely impressed. Obviously, we should, before we go into quickly everything, there was a few people being like, you guys got, mainly me being like, got to stop interrupting each other. And as I said to you, there's I can kind of get it and I kind of not, because for one, I do interrupt people quite a lot, mainly because of the old ADHD predicament. That's never a good thing.
Yeah, and I think, as I was saying,
it's a conversation.
It's a conversation, and conversations aren't a linear process where you talk, then I talk, then you talk.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a bit awkward if we were doing that, because obviously a lot of the comedy actually does come through interrupting, because saying a little quirky joke or something.
Yeah, if I'm going to interject with something I think's funny, I'm just going to say it.
Oh, 100%. And I completely advise it, because you lot will bloody love it. So shut up.
I do kind of, understand it if we're doing it a bit
To be fair,
much.
there were only 4 comments. Realistically, I was just saying, in case anyone else was thinking it, we have seen it and we're not going to change. So moving on.
Yeah.
So I thought we would start this off by not going into any topics, but actually going over controversial opinions.
Controversial opinions.
What is your most controversial opinion?
My most controversial opinion, right? See, you have put me on the spot here, just out of nowhere.
I thought you might have thought about it because we did put a tweet out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think quite a lot of my opinions are quite controversial.
That's never a good thing to say.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, give me something spicy.
Something spicy. Well, how about why don't you go first? What's your controversial opinion?
Somebody actually did. So we put out a tweet, right, being like, hey, what's your controversial opinions? Because you may feature on the podcast. And if you want to get in on these things, go follow our Twitter account or even our Instagram account to get involved in future things. But I did put that out. And somebody did reply saying, got the old printed out tweets.
What about the printouts?
I've got the printouts. Although I don't actually think I've got this one specific one printed out. But they said that they basically like to munch on kiwis without it being skinned. How do you feel about this?
I actually know someone from work that eats kiwis like this.
I have bought some kiwis. And the problem is, I thought this buying it, I haven't got anything to wash them, so it's just going to look pretty gross. But
you're just going to be raw dogging a kiwi on camera.
This is a statement. This is a statement.
This is the content people come here for, isn't it?
No, I can't lie. It's nice and juicy.
Have you done that before?
I do it all the time, mate. It's easy, and people are like, oh, it's hairy, but it's nice, and I think it's a valid opinion to have.
Yeah,
kiwis are fine to eat without it being skinned, because you can't come out of your opinion. Let's just move on to other people's opinions, and maybe throughout this we may
get the ball rolling.
All
I
right.
think if I hear some.
Okay, so Amy, also known as E-Boy's biggest fan. I'm not a fan of you. I'm joking. Amy writes in saying,
can you please unfollow our page?
Yeah, we don't want you. Okay, I'm just interjecting here and saying, I was going to say that 50% of you aren't subscribed, but I'm pretty sure absolutely nobody's subscribed, because this is a brand new channel. So yeah, please subscribe. We're going to be doing videos on this channel like every single week. We're going to be doing main episodes episodes, but during the week we'll be doing clips and all that good juicy stuff. So if you want like more condensed versions of the podcast, just subscribe and you will get that, I don't know, like 3 to 4 times a week. It depends on how lazy I am this week. But yeah, please subscribe and back to the clip. Thanks very much. Cheers. They said, basically, Harry Styles is praised for doing the bare minimum and I don't like him. Is that like a controversial opinion, or is that you just saying that you don't like somebody?
Well, I guess it's a controversial in the sense that most people like Harry Styles and they think he's quite a decent person.
Well, we had a few people actually complain about Harry Styles, which kind of confused me.
Did we?
So Caitlin Kirman writes in saying Harry Styles is overrated, and then Seb comes in saying Harry Styles is mid and Harry's House is a shit album. Also, he gets all the credit that Fug didn't for wearing a dress, and we all know why.
Who's Fug?
I don't know, and honestly, he says we all know why, but I don't know why.
I'll tell you what, that guy just needs to let it go, I think.
What do you mean let it go?
He needs to just let it go.
Yeah, honestly, to be fair, I've listened to Harry Styles music, and it's not bad, but like there is this like opinion of like, it is music that you go into like a clothes shop and it would be being played. And I think that's a very good opinion.
I think it's not the most complex of music.
No, it's and I don't think it's actually designed to be. I think it's just designed to be pop music, which just sounds easy.
Pop music, isn't it? It's
probably not even written by him.
No, exactly. It's easy to listen to.
Yeah.
It's, it's something you have on in the background.
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen to out of choice, but
yeah. Did you actually see all the stuff of Harry Styles recently, of like the Florence Pugh stuff?
All I saw was tweets where people were sort of talking about
him spitting
on someone.
Yeah, spitting on Chris Pine. It was a weird thing. I think it was another case of Twitter possibly taking something out of context. Now, there was like some stuff going on. Don't actually know enough about it to comment, but yeah. And then we move on to somebody saying, you can still like someone and not support some of their actions.
I saw that one and I agree with that completely, I think.
Yeah, it depends, but it kind of depends on what you've done. I'm not like coming for this person, but I think this attitude is like has come from like a chronically online sort of bunch of people who do that. Like some person will do something like 5 years ago and they will like then use that to like bring somebody down for the rest of their entire fucking life. Like they'll send it to their grandkids in the future or something like that. But then if you're comparing it to like, I don't know, Bin Laden, then yeah, I don't think that is somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Bin Laden's got many like redeeming factors about himself, has he?
Yeah, I don't think he does. And to be fair, he's not kicking about anymore, is he?
No, he had enough.
Yeah. I don't think he had enough. I think the US Marines had enough.
Yeah, my love for Obama goes on.
I didn't even. That was a bit I trimmed out just because it was a bit awkward. But in the first episode, you were going on about Obama. I don't think it's made it in. Okay. Then we move on to if your child is misbehaving in public and you're not parenting them, I should be allowed to tell them to fuck off, says Rooney's. To be fair, I think probably not. I think if you go up to a kid who's just screaming and being annoying, and you go up to that kid and you are like a fully grown person going, fuck off. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, that's a bit intense, isn't it?
Yeah,
I agree with the opinion that I don't like most children, I don't think.
Why?
I used to hate all children, but then, like, I got to know more children through, like, friends that have kids and stuff. Nothing weird. And
what? Why would you say nothing weird? Oh God. Jesus Christ.
And I just think they're very annoying a lot of the time. And man, they say some fucking stupid things.
Kids, mate, they don't know any different.
They're fucking
There
idiots.
are people out there that passionately hate children. Like they are professional children haters.
Yeah,
and to be fair, I'd rather that than them being a nonce or something. So choose whichever path, my friend.
They've gone down the right extreme.
They've gone. Yeah, I mean, it's still a questionable one because I think if you hate children, actually, like if you saw a kid and started getting angry, I think I'd be. Hey, come on, mate.
You've got to give them a chance, haven't you?
No, but you don't have to call them a dickhead. You can think they're a dickhead, but I think if I, a 25-year-old man, went up to a kid and said, "You're a bit of a prick, aren't you?" I think that kid would be like, "Fuck, man."
I think that's uncalled for. And I think when you read your opinion back, whoever tweeted this,
Rooney's. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if wrong.
Rooney's,
not Wayne Rooney.
We got Wazza
in the chat.
Wazza's controversial opinion. He hates children.
Oh God, Jesus.
Loves Everton. Simple as. Okay, we've got Finn has just come with an absolutely like this. Is just, I'm looking at this thinking, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? They have said Oreos with cheese actually tastes good. Like for one,
why, like, why is this even, like, this shouldn't be a food combination, but for one, why and how have you gotten into the position of where you are trying Oreos and cheese?
That's one serious hangover, isn't it?
No, I think it's honestly something to do with some criminal convictions there. Finn, what are you doing? Weird.
What do you think Finn's been up to?
I don't want to know what Finn's been up to. I think there is some criminal record going on there, Finn, and you should stay away from this podcast.
Oh, God. We're just weeding out people we don't like.
Oh, yeah. That actually moves us on to the controversial topic of K-pop. Somebody says K-pop is shit. Is that like a controversial thing? I feel like with K-pop, it's like loads of people love it, but then everyone vehemently hates it. I actually like K-pop. I'm not even joking.
I don't think I've listened to enough of it to make an opinion.
I just think it's weird to like take a genre of music. Like that's just when you look at it on the base level, it's Korean pop music. It's like, it's a bit of a generic thing to say, I completely and utterly detest this thing. Now, I understand that there are some issues with like fandoms and stuff, but at the same time, I don't think the criticism of K-pop fandoms can actually stand anymore, because to be honest with you, nearly every single fandom on the planet is irritating. Doesn't matter what franchise you're in. Star Wars, Marvel, football, literally anything has irritating fans, because honestly, when you're getting so like dedicated to something and you're dedicating your lives to it and there's other people doing it, there's probably a good chance that one of those people are probably going to be quite annoying.
Exactly. And I mean, just the general public in general,
quite
a lot of them are irritating people.
Yeah,
I'm not saying most of them, but
I'm saying most of them. I've seen the voter intentions in this country, America. I think there's a lot of annoying people out there.
There's a lot of irritating people.
You've got it. I mean,
and you know, people like things, so people that like things are going to be irritating.
I don't think it's a K-pop thing. I think it's just, if someone's a prick, they're probably going to be a prick about the things they like. So, like, it doesn't matter if you like Richmond sausages, as you keep bringing
sausages,
it up. If you love Richmond sausages, but you're a nice guy, you're probably going to be nice about it. You say, "Do you like Richmond sausages?" And you said to me, "No," I'd be like, "Fair enough." But if I was a prick, I'd say, "You need to fucking try the Richmond sausages. They're really, really good." But that's not even that annoying, to be fair.
And then you get the old sausage civil wars between like Richmonds and you got Wolves.
And even so, you got the cultists of the Lyndon McCartney.
Mate, that's a niche.
That is a niche for those guys. They're the fucking heretics.
Don't get me started on the heck.
The Hex. Oh, mate, I love Hex sausages. They're elite.
I think they're like the hipster sausage, aren't they?
No, because you can do. I don't. So when I eat Hex sausages, I'm not putting them in my mouth as like actual sausages. So what I do is like, it's like a TikTok recipe I found. If you get a wrap, you like spread out the 4 chicken sausages on the wrap, right? And you put over tomato puree and you put cheese on top of it. Pick your sauce. It can be barbecue. It could be Peronaise. It can be mayo.
Don't name every sauce.
But like, I'm a sauce lover.
I love a good sauce.
But I need to continue. This is an important recipe. So then you put it all in, and then you wrap it up, and then you cut it into slices, put it in the air fryer for 7 minutes, 200 degrees Celsius. And what have you got? You have pizza rolls that are low calorie and have 40 grams of protein. Very good. And if you're going to take that recipe and sell it, please DM me, because I would like the money for the rights to that.
You're like that dude off TikTok that just walks around. Have you seen him? He walks around shops just telling you what you're not allowed to buy.
Mate, that guy is so annoying. He'll go up to like, "These Pringles are really unhealthy."
Pringles are the most processed crisp on that shelf.
And you're like, "Mate, they're Pringles. What are they?" I don't eat Pringles to like be a healthy guy. I eat Pringles because I want to fucking eat Pringles.
Yeah, you don't want to get this orange juice.
He's British.
Doesn't sound like that, does he? I don't even know what voice that was.
He's like, "Hey guys, you don't want this Monster Energy because it's like really bad for you because it's got E numbers." I don't even know.
And then he's like, "You should be getting this," and he picks like the worst product.
The worst product, and it's like so expensive. It's unbelievable. We're in a cost of living crisis, Kevin. I don't even know if he's called Kevin, but we're gonna pretend he's called Kevin.
That is.
It's not good. It's not good. You are an annoying man. I don't think.
I think that camera's on me, isn't it?
Yeah, it is on you.
You're an annoying man.
All right. Let's finish off these controversial opinions with.
Go on.
This was one which I was like, are you self-projecting here, Kitty Sugar? That's what they're called, Kitty Sugar. Kitty Sugar writes in saying, "Nearly all men have confidence issues over the size of their penis, and it shows." In all caps, it actually says, "and it shows." Can you say loudly, "and it shows"? So when I say, "Nearly all men have confidence issues over the size of their penis,"
and it shows.
There we go. I just want everyone with a penis to know that yours is probably the average size.
It's not true. How do you know that?
Yeah, mine is a perfectly reasonable size and probably does the job quite nicely.
Kitty has got a small ass wiener.
Now stop. Sorry. It probably does the job quite nicely. Now stop being a dick and appreciate your with a heart. Kitty, I don't know why you've written in to say that. Is that a controversial opinion?
She's been wanting to get that off her mind for some time, hasn't she? No, you know what? I will agree with her that
small willies do exist and average willies.
Small willies, it's not something you should worry about.
I don't think I'd want a colossal sized willy. I think that would be very irritating.
Yeah, it just gets in the way, doesn't it?
I think a perfectly reasonable average sized one is perfectly fine. No, I actually think if like I'm having like a 10-inch wiener. That's why we laugh. Why we laughing at wiener? I think
we're talking about willies, mate.
I think having a 10-inch wiener would be very impractical.
Yeah,
I think
a big old bratwurst isn't what you want, is it? You want
a big old Richmond sausage,
not maybe like chipolata. A Richmond.
You want a Richmond?
Yeah,
maybe even a heck if you're feeling ballsy.
That's a bit much.
It's a bit thin, isn't it? Sorry, have you come out of your controversial opinion yet?
I did say I like hated a lot of children earlier. Is that controversial?
I think a lot of people nowadays hate children.
Yeah, I think it's like the parenting though. I think like they've made their kids irritating.
No, maybe it's just because we're old now. Maybe because we're no longer 15. We now look at I think teenagers are more irritating than kids as well. It's weird with kids because they'll be like 1 year old and they won't be sentient. So it's absolutely fine. Like you could tell those kids anything and they would laugh. Like you could be like,
go on. Here we go.
The building's just been blown up. Okay. I don't know. Right. And they'd be like...
The most controversial thing you could think of right now.
There's a lot of controversial things going through my mind.
Yeah, your head was a fucking... I bet it was an absolute...
I don't know. You could be like... I don't know. What's something like really bad? Russia invaded Ukraine. Oh, God. Something like that. And they'd be like, I don't know, laughing and say, I don't know where I'm going with this. They'd say it's good. They wouldn't say it's good because they can't speak. They just laugh.
Well, and then the baby giggles and goes...
Hello, Russia.
Yeah.
The baby does the fucking Ronaldo. Yeah, no, I don't know how we got here. Kids are annoying, basically.
Yeah, kids are annoying. Did you say a controversial opinion that you had?
I said
you ate a kiwi.
I like kiwis with the skin.
I've got a good one, actually.
Go on. But I won't give mine. I haven't got one.
I don't have it often, but I do like ketchup on toast.
I thought you were going to say ketamine for a second, but I'm glad you stepped... Wait, sorry. Actually, no, that's probably worse than ketamine. Ketchup on toast.
Ketchup on toast, yeah.
Nothing else, just ketchup.
A bit of butter.
Oh, God, I'm not looking forward to the allegations, mate. That's weird.
You'd go to check my hard drive and it would just be...
I don't need to check the hard drive, mate. You've given me that information.
It'd be tens of thousands of photos of ketchup on toast.
But to be fair, I don't think you're ever going to... No, I'm not even going to go into that because I don't want to jinx it. I'm just going to touch wood. Let's move on from the controversial opinions.
Go on. Right. Good segment. And what have we learned? We having an average size wiener, perfectly fine. Richmond Master Race.
Jeez. I think the Master Race bit is a bit controversial. Moving on. Social media experiences of certain human beings. There is a man, the myth, the legend, a guy called Gregory Onision Jackson. Do you know this bloke?
Gregory Onision Jackson.
Yeah, do you know Gregory?
I imagine this is
Onision.
This is Onision.
What do you know about Onision personally?
I know that you used to do quite a lot of videos about him, and I hadn't seen any of them, I'll be honest.
That's hard. That's horrific from you, mate. I've made quite a few bit of Onision videos.
I just, obviously I follow you on Twitter and I'd see his name would come up quite often. And all I could think is that man got a name like an onion.
Yeah, pretty much. He is actually known as the Onion Man.
The Onion Man.
Yeah. Is he? I don't know. He does look, I was going to say he looks like he smells of onions, but I think he may smell of onions because I can't say it because that may come under bullying. But
yeah, that is bullying.
It's not bullying.
It's
called the Onion Man.
It's the Onion Man. Do you reckon it's a bit like, when SpongeBob has that really bad sandwich and his breath just fucking reeks for the entire episode?
I just like the idea of Onision just walking around America giving people free onions. You know how like the Pied Piper's going around like playing little songs and stuff? I think he's going up to little kids giving them onions. Come over to the Onion House. But that's not any facts. That's just an opinion.
And that's what led to that video, Stu Reviews an Onion.
I don't know what that is.
Do you not know Stu Reviews an Onion?
Are you saying that Stu Reviews an Onion is an Onision?
Right, there's been comments where people are saying, Aidan clearly doesn't know a lot about YouTube. It's quite a nice dynamic. But there is one thing on YouTube I know quite a lot about, and it's Stu reviewing an onion.
And this is something that I have no idea about.
Hey guys, Stu here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing an onion. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to dive right in. Oh! It burns!
First guest.
First guess Onision speaking about onions.
Mate, we're flying stew in.
Oh, stew!
Yeah,
Wait, why don't we fly stew? No, when we fly stew and Onision in, I'll let them speak to each other. We don't even turn up. It's just Stew and bloody Greg.
You're just hearing a munch on onions for the entire video.
Honestly, I would not be. Greg is the type of guy just to munch into an onion. That I think if you do that, you are probably a bit of a.
No.
No. But the reason I want to bring him up is I received so Greg. He was a popular bloke. He was for a bit. For some reason, the internet actually liked him at one point. Faced a lot of allegations. He did a lot of terrible things. He's not a good bloke. Let's just say that. Not every good bloke has an FBI investigation, whether anything comes from them or not. I don't think you've had an FBI investigation.
No, I haven't. And also, yeah, I think it's a good sort of judgment on someone's character, isn't it?
What about a fucking FBI investigation? Yeah. There was also a few things of like, he accidentally let his kid fall out the window. Should laugh. RIP. No, the kid's fine. Fine.
Okay,
But no, there was a lot of bad stuff. He flied across states to make it so he could have certain interactions with somebody.
Okay.
But yeah, he's not a good bloke, basically. But last year, I received a lawsuit threat from the guy. And apparently a lot of other people received this threat. And I've spoken about this, I think, a couple times before, but I don't think I've ever gone through absolutely everything. And I thought this would be a very, very funny thing because we spoke about my previous experience about a few days. And I thought, what's better than speaking about a lawsuit, potential threat of losing all of my stuff?
He has gone up, in my opinion, somewhat from what you've just said.
How come?
Because, he's letting a kid fall out of a window.
You don't like
kids,
kids,
as we
do
know,
you?
I don't like kids.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, Onion Man.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Letting a kid fall out of a window. Do you know what the best part was? Apparently, I may be getting the timelines wrong here, but apparently, like, the kid fell out the window, and the first thing he did was whack his camera out and start recording. Oh, mate,
Jeez.
what the fuck is wrong with you? You actual freak.
I just like to put it out there. I don't think that's good. In case I wasn't clear.
All right, so yeah, I've got the whole lawsuit printed out here, and I just thought it would be funny because he sent me this, and like how it's written out is he's basically acting. When I first saw it, I was like, he's got an actual lawyer, but this guy's got no money. He's basically broke because of absolutely everything.
Spends all his darn money on onions
and Richmond's. Oh, fucking hell.
Mate, I've just got cramp.
At least he does have a bangers and mash, but he doesn't have the mash. It's just fucking sausages wedged into onions.
Frozen sausages.
Oh, fucking hell. That's where the FBI investigation come from, didn't it? Jesus.
They saw a plate of an onion with just bangers shots. Mate, the absolute power of the guy.
What does wait, is the sausage frozen or is it the onion that's frozen?
The sausage. Because I thought it was just like...
He's got the image of Onision fucking obliterating it. All right, so the lawsuit, fucking hell.
Okay.
It's not about onions, sadly. And although his kid falling out of a window, I think, does come into things.
We're not even into the lawsuit.
All right. So I saw this and I was like, this has got to be written by a lawyer. It's clearly not. I've received one legal threat before this, and it was from the very popular British YouTuber who I can't name for legal reasons, I think. But and that was actually quite.
Bazinga.
No, Bazinga didn't message me. He's got a kid to deal with. A kid that hasn't fallen out of a window.
All right, good going, Bazinga. I think.
Why Bazinga? You know the best part about Bazinga is his name's a fucking little reference to a little.
Sheldon Cooper.
Mate, there's nothing funnier to me than the thought of Bazinga watching The Big Bang Theory. Oh, we gotta go off topic. People are gonna think we're on drugs or some shit. This isn't funny.
I don't even know if this is even awful content or brilliant content.
All right, let's get into this fucking.
Go on, read it
So
out.
I thought again, this was written by a lawyer, and then I looked at it for about a second, and I was like, okay, this has clearly just been written by him. And okay, all right, it goes. It's hello. You published media that was associated with the implication that, in brackets, Onision was a criminal. Now, the reason I realized that this was written by him is because I don't think a lawyer is typically going to be fucking referencing to a human being by their YouTube channel. He has a reference to himself throughout this entire thing. He isn't calling himself Gregory Jackson. He is just saying Onision, because we'll skip a bit forward. It goes into a bit of where he starts to give me like, this is how you get out of it. He's like, you can remove any reference to Onision from your publication. There is actually like no reference to any names in this. But yeah, so he goes, you published media associated with the implication that Onision was a criminal, when in fact it was proven by the police and FBI in 2020 that Gregory did not shove a sausage into a fucking onion. No, it doesn't say that. It says, because there was no evidence of that. No, it doesn't say there was no evidence of any crime. Additionally, the only person that there doesn't need to be a criminal piece of evidence to suggest that you are a bellend. Like there's one thing we need to go over, but it goes, additionally, the only person who made a statement to the police regarding Onision made a clear statement that they were not aware of any crime occurring. I mean, if I was, butchering onions with sausages, I
could not get the thought out of my head of him smashing a sausage into an onion.
Yeah. He goes, Onision made a clear statement. This means the authorities and the only witness to what really happened came to the conclusion, yet your publication seemed to imply something else. To be clear and to reiterate the issue, the police and FBI and all witnesses all are in the position that there is no crime, yet your publication gives the clear impression that a crime exists. This needs to be corrected. I do kind of love this because he's like, he doesn't say that I directly say it. He's like, you give the impression. And it's like, Greg, if you think your own actions are giving the impression that you're probably a criminal of some case.
He's waffling a bit there, isn't he?
He's waffling.
He's like, how do I make this sound more legal? I'll throw in the word criminal 10 times.
The main reason I know that this is bullshit and written by himself is because he has sent this exact same legal, the same word for word legal threat to every single fucking YouTuber that's ever made a video about him.
Really?
Like with no changes whatsoever. So yes.
Did it come from like his email? Or
it came from Onision's email. It's officially him.
FrozenRichmonds@hotmail.com.
Richmonds and onions at hotmail.com. Onision, me and you are they're probably the only individuals to probably still use Hotmail, to be fair. He goes, you are receiving this notice as it is important to establish what a false statement is published, that the individual or company that publishes said statement is given an opportunity to correct the published defamation. If the notice is sent and the defamation is not corrected, a court case can be easier to win and the damages easier to collect as a result of the other party refusing to take correct action. I don't think that Greg has the money to really take me to court in an international court case after all the fucking money that he's gone bankrupt on buying Richmonds and onions.
I would love to see you stood in a courtroom.
What, next to Onision? Have you seen?
I
wasn't even going to bring this up, but I've completely forgot about it. Have you seen the photo of him in an elevator after his court case?
No.
He's wearing AstroTurf shoes. Have you seen it? No, mate, this is genuinely.
Are you talking about Onision or
Onision,
the Dragon?
No, I'm not even joking. Onision went to a court case, a professional fucking court case, implying as an amateur court case with AstroTurfs. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, where's? Oh, no, here it is. Here it is. He's got like, can you see?
He's got the like Mundials or whatever they're called, aren't they?
He's got like Adidas Predators on. It's kind of ironic to me. He's got the Adidas Predators on, so that can match the
Mate,
tag.
when you've got court at 5, 5 aside at 6. We're just being mean at this point.
No, I'm sorry, but it's just the fact that this man is like been accused of being a certain thing. It's not surprising. We need to continue with the defamation law case. He then details to me saying, slander and defamation is a serious crime. Thanks, Greg. I didn't know that. He goes, it destroys lives and courts often award significant damage to those impacted. And then he goes on. His main threat to me was he linked me other cases of people winning defamation. He said, lawsuit where a major corporation had to set off a slandering man. Another lawsuit where a man wins a court case. It's like, Greg, Surprise, fucking surprise. People have won court cases.
I mean, what's he getting at? There is good evidence of him actually stealing some Richmonds and just eating them raw outside of the
Wouldn't he fucking die of like salmonella or something?
I don't know, because Richmonds have got really high quality sort of red meat.
I don't. Oh, okay. That could make sense. But
you can eat red meat like raw, can't you?
Yeah. But with any sense, threats.
I've got a feeling I'm going to say a lot of things on this podcast where like people are just going to listen to me and go, "That guy's a fucking idiot."
He goes. He sends me he gets threatening here. He goes, "You have a choice. You can remove any reference to Onision from your publication. 2, you can issue a public statement acknowledging that the police, the FBI, and the only witness on the report stated that there was either no crime or they were not aware of any crime occurring." Now, he says that ending bit because at this point of time, I'm pretty sure the FBI investigation was actually still ongoing. He goes, 3, you can ignore this. I didn't actually do that.
Why is he like making this like as a telltale game or something? It's like you can pick your journey.
Like, as like in Fable, as I go down one route, I'll win £1 million. The other route, my fucking dog will get shot or something.
Go down the other route, you're eating raw Richmond sausages
shoving them
in
into
an
onions.
elevator. Getting your protein in before
your 5-a-side.
Yeah.
That is honestly those Adidas fucking trainers are actual evidence that this man is addicted to Richmond sausages. He goes, 3, you could ignore this warning and the attached police documents which establish your publication is false and potentially weaken your position in court for a later date. He then goes on to lecture me about integrity, which is mad because this bloke flew across states to just avoid like laws in his state so he could sleep with somebody younger than him.
Yeah, I mean that's not great, is it?
It is honestly that or the Richmond sausages and onions.
Just stick to the onions, mate.
Even then, mate, I think you have to like fly across state to even do that.
He messages like Stu at night, and he's like, mate.
Mate, when you said Stu, the first thing that came to my thought was fucking Stewie Griffin.
Stewie Griffin.
Yeah, he sounds mentioning fucking Stewie Griffin, but he's actually doing the Stewie Griffin voice to himself. He's just lost it, man.
He's got his sausage here.
Can you do your best Stewie Griffin voice?
Yeah, I can. What the deuce? Terrible.
Peter. I can't do it. I don't know the lowest voice.
Lois.
Yeah. This is the worst thing.
I think this was like the minute where we'll see on the stats where everyone's like turned off. It was actually quite funny, and then Aidan busted out the Cleveland impression, and
I almost spat water all over so much electronics. Why did I face that way and not that? Oh, there is a camera there, to be fair. All right, sorry. Getting away from Family Guy related characters. We're going to finish this. We are.
Peter.
Is that Joe Swanson? Oh, fucking hell. Ironically, he's a policeman, to be fair. I actually reckon Onision got arrested by Joe Swanson.
Onision.
What was that? That just sounded pretty creepy.
Can you do Peter?
Okay. He goes, it's important for the sake of our own success that when we realize we're on the wrong side of history, we correct our path. I like that he's speaking about like it's like fucking like, I don't know, something like terrorism or something. When in reality, he's just a bit of an oddball to be.
Yeah, it's like doing like a national statement.
Usually when you say I don't want to be on the wrong side of history, it's like I didn't want to vote for Trump or something.
Yeah, I know.
To be fair, they're probably on the same category of like being terrible. But then he goes, just for our own audience, he's kind of implying that I share an audience with him now. I don't think he has an audience, to be fair. That's not even me being a dick. I think that's just an observation.
Is he because he's like a YouTuber as well, right?
He's selling onions on the side hustle, to be fair.
Is he in the black market?
I think actually, no. I swear to God, I'm gonna Google this. This shows that I haven't done enough research. I swear Onision actually owned some form of like a farm. I may be wrong. No, I'm wrong. Though I think I've kind of dreamt it. I've had dreams about it.
We've manifested it.
Are there onion farms?
The big questions.
The big questions on the Buddies podcast.
Are there onion farms? I am going to say yes.
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, how would we have access to
He
them.
shits him out. Sorry, that's fucking disgusting. Okay, we need to continue. We're almost at the ending of his
That's bad.
He goes, again, this message was sent to potentially strengthen the position of defamation in court for a later date. It is important to people to have an opportunity to correct their false statements before legal action is taken. Thank you. Then that was it. And I actually responded. And I don't know why, because he sent this email to like 7,000 people. But can you see how much I have written here? I didn't actually
goes, it's like a dissertation.
I actually paid somebody to write this. I wanted to put the fear in the man. So I went through, me and my person that wrote this, we went through so much stuff from my old content. And we actually, I'm not going to read it all because there was just so much, but we genuinely disproved everything that he said. And I think, honestly, if he took me to court, let's just say his onion farm would be fucked.
Yeah. He'd just be sitting there having his nasty Richmond poo-poos. Having his nasty Richmond poo-poos.
With no onions.
Stinking of fucking onions.
He'd be stinking of them, but he wouldn't have any of them because I would have taken them all away from him. We need like child protective services to come, but for onions. Oh, God.
Look, mate.
Can you imagine?
Definitely watching Shrek tonight.
Can you imagine, right? You've been a content creator since 2007. You've been doing this full time. And there are these two British people basically making you out to be a fucking onion farmer after 13 years of thing. It's just shameful. And it really does
It's like Dwight from The Office, isn't it?
To be fair, I don't think Dwight ever faced that any allegations. Also, Dwight had a beet farm. Maybe that's part 2 for Onision. That's his next career venture. He's going to be making fucking beets.
I like how you had to prove me wrong and say it was like he's got a beet farm.
I'm a dedicated office lover, mate. love beets.
Just fucking love beets.
Love beets. Hate onions. But basically, this fucking lawsuit was a load of shit. I saw it and I honestly, when I got it, the first thing I thought, for the first 2 seconds I was scared. Then I realized it's Onision. And then I thought, I can just get so much content out of this. And I was very
Yeah, you're a very happy man.
Mate, honestly, he needs to send me more legal threats. If you're watching this, Greg, send me it. And the only thing he does now is every time I make a video about him and there's footage of him in the video, he will copyright claim it. So we're just going to use no footage of him in him. And just, I'd say, no, we can't even monetize this video, sadly, because it's not got the hours on it. And that's why you should subscribe and watch the rest of this podcast so we finally can get monetized. I say finally, this is like 3 days old.
Subscribe.
But honestly, I feel like this is kind of a summary of this bloke's downfall. You don't really know much about him, but even you know, like a man outside the onion circle.
Yeah, I'm not too clued in on the sort of the onion clique.
Yeah, the onion clique.
Does that make sense?
I honestly, he's just a bit of a bellend, really. I don't know why he said.
We're going to do this every week. We're going to find someone, and at the end, we're just going to basically come to the conclusion they're a bit of a bellend.
We've said this, I think, in nearly every conclusion. Bit of a bellend. I have actually got a positive story to end this podcast with, which we will get onto, which is still quite funny, but we'll leave that to the last bit. But basically, Greg, I look forward to the court case, and I look forward to seeing your Astros in person. I want to lick them.
I want nothing to do with it. I am just going to sit back and watch and eat my Hex.
He's not going to be happy with that, mate. He's a big Richmond's lover. Let's end this clip by saying, what do you think his Astros smell like?
I think his onions.
What? All right, that's the end of the video.
No. I think Onision's AstroTurfs smell right.
Yeah, come on, get spit it out.
I think they smell like pickled onion Monster Munch.
I want to taste. Oh, Jesus Christ! I think that was a fucking terrible clip. But do you know, we've been recording for like 30 minutes already. I don't know how that's happened. We've got quite a few topics to go for today.
We have,
but we can wait till we go to that stuff, because we shouldn't just go from topics to topics. We don't want to become like it's like an actual just a topic. I don't know, like a topic onion factory.
We're just gonna chat breeze, aren't we?
You said that in the last episode. I still don't know what it means.
Brings me on to my next point, actually.
All right.
I have got a thing I think we should talk about, because you know, last week I did the top 3 worst smells.
Yeah.
And
have you got another question for me?
I've got a similar question. Top 3 worst things to touch with your hands.
Oh God, there's a lot of things, mate. There's a lot of things.
I think number 1, and I don't know if you're going to like this especially, but I think it is beans.
Oh God, no! Beans in general are the worst ththings ever invented, mate. I said it in my last video. It's because of the whole beans thing. People think that I love beans. I fucking hate beans. The big baked beans. So there's the problem with beans.
The problem with beans. Like your new video,
mate. I would love it. iDubbbz comes back with a content card. It's about baked beans. But the problem with baked beans is they are just wank. But but there are actual good beans out there. You've got beans. I can't remember the names of them, but they do certainly go into burritos, and they're very, very nice.
Right, I love refried beans.
Refried beans.
Yeah, they're just like mashed up, fucking fried, then refried. I guess beans. Like
wait, are they like baked?
Paso.
Wait, are they like? Do they got like the tomato sauce in and all that good chewy?
Mate, they were proper solid. Like, they were proper solid.
Solid what? You're not giving me an explanation. So is it just? I
mean, like they're not like individual beans. They're sort of like mashed together.
There might be a silly question, but
here we go.
Are beans like when you take away the baked, when you take away the sauce, and when you take away the pinto and all the good stuff which goes into beans, are beans before all that just one thing? Like, is there like a thing of where you can just have a singular bean, but then it gets made into other types of beans, or are there different forms of beans created? I don't know how beans are even made. Do they come from plants? I might sound like an idiot right now.
They're like a vegetable, aren't they?
Okay, are they? Okay, so no, am I wrong? Are beans? God, what are people listening to right now? But are beans like an individual thing which then get made into other things? Or are there actual different types of beans being made?
You get different types
You've
of
got
beans.
like clementine oranges, right? Is that what they're? Clementines?
Yeah.
But then you've got oranges.
You've got like, are they like haricot beans? I don't know how you say it. Runner beans.
Onion beans.
Green beans.
Richmond beans.
Richmond beans.
Richmond beans actually does sound like a brand.
We've
actually
descended into chaos.
Richmond sausages. If you want to fucking subscribe,
anyway,
if you want to sponsor us, continue on.
Right, number one, baked beans for me. I think touching them with your hands.
So, is this things like which you just don't like to touch, or you just prefer not to touch, or is it like a touch where you'd actually feel physically sick if you touched it? What sort of touch?
Like if you touch, you'd be like, ugh.
I feel like if I was just like walking along and I just put my hands down and then suddenly I just look and it's just like C4. That would not be a fun touch.
It's C4.
Yeah, but that is, but like, that's because...
No,
that's what I'm saying. Is it like a touch of the fear, or is it just like, this is, oh God, it's terrible.
Yeah, you've misinterpreted this.
Okay, so we're putting bomb threats aside. It's actual, like what it feels like.
Like a sense, like a sensory thing.
Can it be like touching my mouth? Like when I'm chewing it sort of thing. Because honestly, I used to love like raw fish. Like when you go to like a Japanese restaurant. But my girlfriend, Curse, I had to say my girlfriend, you know my girlfriend is, but just clarification from the audience. She doesn't like raw fish at all. And ever since she said that she doesn't like the texture of it, I now notice that I hate the texture of raw fish. And I feel actually kind of ill when I eat most raw fish now. Like it makes me want to throw up. But we're talking about things that we're touching. Dog poo. I have. Kenji have done some stinky little dumps sometimes, and I've gone to pick that stuff up, and I've occasionally, just by accident, I promise you, it's not intentional. I've accidentally touched the poo, and
How does that even happen?
No, because the bag slips, and it's a terrible mate. And you look you look around, and you just like, does somebody seen that I've got dog poo on my hand? And then the only thing you can really do is like try and find a leaf, just like that. I didn't just wear dog poo on this. I need to clarify. But dog poo, it happens. It does. And you may not believe me, and I have to promise you and reiterate again, I do not intentionally touch dog poo. It just occasionally happens.
Is that going on your list, do you think?
What, dog poo?
Yeah.
Not my Christmas list, but my list of things. So like, yeah, dog poo. So what about you, Josh, second?
Second one, I think this is going to resonate with quite a lot of people. You know when you're doing the washing up, and you take the plug out.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. And you get all the like sort of shitty bits of food from the plate and it's all soggy.
How much would it cost you? Do you know all the bits at the bottom to just fucking grab it and just shove it in your mouth? Like, realistically, how much do I have to pay you to do that?
Do I have to chew?
Oh, mate, you've got to swallow it. You can't spit it out. You've got to consume that.
But do I have to chew it?
I mean, no. I don't want to be that sick, because you've also got to think, you've got like the liquid, like dripping in your mouth, and you've got all that probably poison, there's some form of disease in there because it's been festering, you know.
So even like the thought of doing it is making me feel
queasy,
horrible inside. I would say
100 quid. No, mate, if you're taking that for 100 quid, you are a fucking weirdo. Don't say it. Don't say yes to 100 quid.
500.
Oh my God, really?
500.
I think this kind of shows where I am on the tax bracket. We were bringing this up earlier. Man, I wouldn't do it for like 10 grand. I'm not even joking. Honestly, even for like $1 million, I'm not a millionaire. Like I need to clarify just after my previous comment, but like I think it's so disgusting. I just couldn't. Actually, no, millions of pounds a lot.
You wouldn't do that for $1 million?
No, I'm chatting.
Because like, at the end of the day,
shit
I think that's
silly. I could do a lot of $1 million.
I think that's an experience that could be over quite quickly if you just get on with it.
I think realistically, you're probably not going to get ill. Like I mean, you may, but like even if you get food poisoning, I'm probably taking. You got to think about the facts here. I'm going to take being ill for 3 days to take £1 million. So I would probably take the risk of being ill for 3 days. So I don't even know if I'm going to be ill.
I'd be fucking really ill for like a year for £1 million.
Jesus Christ! Yeah. That's. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I do a lot for £1 million. I do some things which I probably can't even describe on YouTube legally because I'd get in a lot of trouble. But I would.
Blimey.
No, I would do a lot because just think what you could do with £1 million. Honestly, probably not that much. But you could probably do a bit for a while because you got to think about it. Have you seen like lottery winners? They just lose all their earnings, earnings, and they lose the money they win. So I think £1 million could go quite quickly, faster than you realize.
I think you'd definitely survive the winter.
No,
just about.
Mate, honestly, I'd just be fucking slapping all on Richmonds, and maybe, and if I'm feeling ballsy, maybe some Linders. all right. So I got to go for my second now, haven't I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what I've got so far. Dog poo. There was something I asked before, didn't I? I said C4, but it doesn't count.
No, you're not having C4.
Okay, so dog poo. There was another thing, wasn't there? Fish, raw fish.
Raw fish.
I don't even like touching it, to be fair, with my hands. Okay, for a final one, I'm going to say. No, there's something I want to say, but I don't think I could say because it's a bit much. It's a bit much.
So you just.
I'm literally. It was to do.
No, are you going to say something?
It was to do with some.
Go on.
Bumhole. It's never a fun thing to accidentally touch a bumhole, is it? Like, I mean, if you're into it, I'm just not keen on accident. Like, if you're intentionally doing it, all right. Honestly, there's probably people watching this thinking, this is getting a bit much. We're not going to go in detail here. But if you accidentally touch a bumhole, it's never something. Never something that you want to do.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
No, but you know what I mean, right? Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's a bumhole.
It's just
nice,
not. It's where
That's where the stinkies come out.
That's where the stinky poop. That's where the onions come out. Certain people. Sorry.
That's where the warm Richmonds come out, isn't it? That's where the stinky.
We're gonna get a lawsuit from Richmonds.
That's where the stinky glizzies are coming from.
The fucking glizzies. Oh, fuck it out. Yeah, bumholes. Third. Well, that's done. What's for you?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have thought about my list.
You did last week. Although you didn't go for a third last time.
Did I not?
No, you were like, I need to come up with something big, and then we
never got round to it.
Pissy people.
Yeah. I hate touching worms.
Worms. When do you ever touch worms, though?
You know.
Like, when have you touched a worm since you were a kid, realistically?
When I'm picking up my poo-poos.
God, you are fucking hell. Jesus Christ. We need to cancel this. We were speaking about one day Spotify might offer us a deal. No, Jesus. So that's it. So I've got fish. It gets a bit more intense with dog poo. Yeah. And then kind of related, not so much, because I'm not touching a dog's bumhole.
Right.
Bumholes. Human bumholes, I have to clarify. Yeah. Not like onion bumholes, just
onion bumholes.
And then yours is
washing up stuff, you know, in the bottom of the sink. Beans. I think that's the reason I asked the question. I think beans are just the thought of them.
We should ban them.
I really like warm baked beans.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I know you don't.
No.
You don't like milk either, do you?
No, I don't at all. Like milk on its own, it's fucking disgusting. Milk in things is good. Like milk in coffee, it's nice. Why am I speaking like this? I don't know. But yeah, milk in coffee, nice. Milk on its own, I think honestly, it's quite concerning if you can drink a full pint of milk by itself, and I know you can. Because I'm pretty sure I actually remember something to do with you and milk. I don't know what.
You remember me and milk.
You and your milky experience.
I like a nice pint of semi-skimmed.
Nice pint of semi-skimmed. Jesus Christ. Right. Should we move on from this?
Yeah, go on. What have you got?
TikTok conspiracies, my friend. Are you an avid user of that awful application?
Yeah, for someone that isn't acclimatized to internet drama, I do go on TikTok.
Mate,
quite
TikTok is like it's like the worst thing ever invented, but also the greatest thing known to mankind. Because like you can go on TikTok and like 1 second you're on a cute little puppy, the next thing you're on Cal the Dragon saving shots in his garden against great Pepsi, and then the next, I don't know, someone's dog's died, and then the next TikTok, someone's been fucking kidnapped or something. That's what I love TikTok for. Maybe not on yours, but what we're going through today involves. Don't worry, nobody's been kidnapped. Need to clarify that. But that's my TikTok for you page. It's just a bit random. What'd you get on yours?
A bit reluctant to say, but it's just, a load of, it's pretty offensive.
Oh, okay. like what?
I don't know. I think I've just liked some fucked up videos on there.
I sometimes with TikTok have the problem of where I will randomly, I think it's because I hate watch a lot of things. So I'll just get Andrew Tate appearing every now and again.
Yeah.
And it's like, mate, just, I can't, like, I hate watched it for a while, but it's just boring now.
I really like when you get the odd one pop up where it's got like no likes or anything.
What do you mean?
And it's just like,
oh, it's just something random.
It's just like a random, like, confused old granddad, and he's like filming or anything.
I've never had that.
Have you
Imagine
not?
one day though, you're just scrolling through and suddenly it's your own fucking granddad. He's just found TikTok.
Well, that would be
my
good,
granddad's
wouldn't
dead
it?
though. So.
Yeah, same.
All right, so TikTok. What we're going through today with TikTok is that on TikTok there's a lot of like weird things that happen, and I think TikTok is becoming gradually like, you know how Facebook mums like share a story and they're like, it could be like the most insane story possible, and it's obviously bollocks. And I think like everything that we've gone through in the last 2 years of world events, it's gotten to a worse state on like Facebook.
Okay. Yeah.
But on TikTok, it's just as bad, but it's like Gen Z's version of it. So like Gen Z will like see something and they'll just like, and we're in Gen Z we're like on the clips of it, like the cusp of it, sorry. But like they'll see something and believe it instantly to be factual. And there was this thing, right?
Okay.
You will not know who these are because I didn't know who they are. I just was brought to my attention of it by some people who were like, Fraser, you need to look into this. It's wacky, it's wild. And it's basically, there is a TikTok account called Bebop and Bebe. And firstly,
are they?
Who the fuck's called Bebop?
It sounds like their videos are just them doing like ska.
What do you mean ska?
Like jazz, where it's like,
huh?
Skibidi-bop.
What?
I'm the scat man.
I said Bebop and Bebe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not that. So I want to show you a TikTok of somebody just going through this little theory. So basically, Bebop and Bebe, they're a mother-daughter duo. One of the kids is 6 years old. The mother is like 40. Now, I've always thought is a bit like, not weird as in like some dodgy's going on, but weird in like I've never really agreed with like a mother basing their entire career on their child in their content. Because I've always thought, as like a YouTuber, I know you need to do what you need to do to get views. But when the primary subject of your content is your child, I've always thought that's naturally going to lead to some things.
What do you think of Ryan and Ryan's toys?
I mean, to be fair, the kid's probably like an absolute millionaire, but at the same time, it's probably not going to do his well-being very good when he's like 20 years old and he sees that his entire life has been documented.
You think? Because he's just playing with toys every day.
Yeah, but I think
it's really fun.
I think the difference is that when it comes to these kids being posted on TikTok, they're not going to know right now what happens. But like, I guarantee you, there are a lot of people out there that are like weirdly like dedicated to these accounts, like adults. There was an account which I spoke about previously on my YouTube channel of where there was this woman who had an account to do with her 6-year-old kid called who was just a little sweet innocent kid, but there was like grown adults with like full-on accounts dedicated to her being like, I've just put this girl up on my wall and on my like photo like, compilation or something. So it's like that shit happens, and that's why I think it's weird, because like the kids will probably grow up and find that stuff out and realize that there's creeps looking at them.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think I don't think it's good to be profiting off your children, especially like at that age they can't consent to whether they want to be on camera or
and
not.
I think at face value it's like you hear people like calling that shit out and you're like, oh, you're going overboard. But when you really think about it, like just for a little bit, it is, it's a little bit weird. Now I don't think like it should, like I wouldn't do it if I was a parent. I think most content should be banned because censorship.
I wouldn't want my kids being on YouTube or whatever anyway. Unless like if they get to an age where they're able to go, I don't mind you filming me.
Yeah, but that's different because that's their consent. They're giving consent there, aren't
Exactly.
they?
I mean, I guess I don't mind when people are like, I don't know, say they're a vlogger and they're showing off that
Yeah,
they've just had a kid or something.
but when the primary focus, I'm saying, is when it's the kid. That's when it gets a bit weird. Basically, that's what we have with this profile, and we're gonna go over this dude explaining all of this.
People think this TikToker was kidnapped, and there's a lot of proof that it might be true. So everyone has thought there's something off about this account for a while now. Some reasons for that is her bedroom looking like a set, and because she wears a lot of makeup for her age in a lot of her videos.
Now, I'm not going to give you any like context to this,
What
but
the fuck's going on there?
the thing is, right, this is like a big thing. People being like, they're like, the room looks like a set. To me, that just looks like a kid's room.
Yeah, that's a very normal looking room.
Yeah,
There's no
especially
cause
for a kid.
concern as well.
But I'm not going to give any more context. I just want you to continue to go through this through blindly.
Okay.
Some reasons for that is her bedroom looking like a set, and because she wears a lot of makeup for her age in a lot of her videos, and a lot of other things that I don't have time to get into.
People think this person's being kidnapped, but I don't have time to go through all the specifics. It's like, probably should, mate. Probably should. like, there's a bit of an accusation, to be fair. Like, I think this fucking woman's kidnapped her kids. It's like, mate, I need to know the specifics. Like, come on.
He's one of them proper like, yo, this is crazy.
Yo, this 6-year-old's been kidnapped. It's like, mate, come on.
It's very intense.
Yeah.
And it's very sort of like dramatized.
Well, TikTokers have found this missing girl, and they think this might be the girl in the videos. Basically, they think that she might be wearing the makeup to conceal her identity, and they think that might be why she looks forced to be in all of her videos.
This is the worst conspiracy I have ever seen.
mate, it continues though, because I'm not going to add anything. I'm just gonna keep going through this because it just continues and continues. There is some weird stuff in this. Don't get me wrong, but nothing. Actually, I can't say. We'll continue.
Also, in some of her earlier videos, this boy was shown. Now, he was introduced as her brother, and people think that he's actually this missing boy. Now, if you look in the article, the boy went missing in Georgia. And if you look at this video from the girl's account, she's in Atlanta, Georgia.
Firstly, it's just like, if my mate, right, had a kid, they live in London, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, this other white kid with brown hair has also been kidnapped in London. You fucking kidnapped him.
Fuck.
Oh my God. It's like, mate, come on. America's a big place. Like, if Georgia's a big place as well.
Now, there are also a lot of other odd things like her shaking on live streams and stuff like that. But what do you guys think of this?
I need more evidence, mate.
Oh, the thing is,
not enough.
This is my issue with TikTok. That post has 1.2 million likes.
That's insane.
And the comments are like, since y'all are so worried, tell the police. It's like, no, don't contact the police. Imagine some like poor woman just has the fucking police come to her door because some dude on TikTok's just been like, oh yeah, this white girl looks like this white girl. It's just like...
The thing I've noticed about TikTok comments on any like semi-serious like subject matter that they're talking about, they all sort of like turn to Dr. Phil in the comments, don't they?
What do you mean?
They start acting like these, experts. And like, this is how the situation must be dealt with, and I'm an expert, and I know everything, and I love onions.
Well, the thing is, right, with these TikToks as well, if you remove the spooky music that he's added on the background, you'd honestly probably just been 90% more inclined to think that this is bollocks. And now, I do have to reiterate to you now, this is complete, utter bollocks. Now, we're not going to go into full-on specifics here, but basically, somebody came out and they posted a photo from the Facebook of the mum of the kid and the brother that's also apparently gone missing. And yeah, it just completely disproved it, because when there's like actual FBI investigations, right? This is the sad part about this, because it actually does get a little bit depressing. There's actual FBI investigations going on with the people that they were mentioned were kidnapped. Okay. And now those posts are now being like made everywhere, people believing that it's a completely other kid, which for one is absolutely horrible.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah, because it's like people are going to think that, this kid is called something else, it is something else. And it's also just sensationalizing somebody's actual kidnapping.
Yeah, it's kind of like sort of ruined the investigation of it as well, hasn't it?
But there was this really sad bit, right, of where there was two kids in this. So it was first one that the people compared it to came out utter bullshit. Then there was another one of where the kid does look kind of similar, but the dad of one of the kidnapped kids came out and he was like actually really happy about this, because he was like, I'm just glad that people are speaking about my daughter. I'm like, that is fucking sad to me. I'm like, that's actually depressing.
I'm guessing the good thing that's come out of that has like raised awareness.
Yes, yeah. The only problem is it's like people are going to think the kid's called something else. That's the one issue.
Yeah, that's an issue.
But I think that's why it's good to actually speak about it, to kind of get clarification out there that, hey, this kidnapped kid isn't called that, but also this kid wasn't actually kidnapped.
I think it's an easy thing to put there.
Yeah, it brings up the question of why would a mother and daughter be kidnapped and made to be fucking posting TikToks? It literally makes no sense.
Yeah, that is a weird one, isn't it? That's weird that like someone's like rationale has gone down that path.
Yeah, but there was a thing which actually did make it a little bit weird. So the brother that was brought up. Yeah. Now there was a brother who was actually a part of this profile for a while. He was in a few videos, not all of them, but like there is only one remaining video of this brother, and it's on their YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure. But the brother was like purged from all of their social medias because basically there were some leaked DMs that came out everywhere. The brother was speaking to somebody on Snapchat. They were like friends, and then the brother blocked the person, which was fine. People block people, but then it gets a bit weirder when the person was like, "Oh, I was speaking to this guy quite a bit, and it was confusing to me why they blocked me." Then more leaked messages come out of basically somebody messaged the brother on Instagram, and they were having a conversation, and they were just like, "Oh, I can't believe you messaged me," and they were just asking a few more questions, and the person was like to the brother, "Are you being made to do these TikToks?" And the brother was like, "Yes, I was." Right. And then randomly, the brother's Instagram, TikTok, all his social media just get absolutely purged. No longer on the pages, nothing said. But then, after like a bit of speculation, there was now a deleted apology video. Sounds a bit like, doesn't sound bad, but when you see the apology video, it is like, this is a bit fucking weird. Hold on.
Yeah, I got like the creeps a bit there.
Yeah, but there's something, there is definitely, like, I don't think anyone's been kidnapped, but I think it's more of a case of you've got a mother who makes a lot of money probably, or at least is like very much likes the social media numbers, and she doesn't want to lose that. And if her son's going around being like, my mum's making me do this.
Making your fucking kid like Millie rocking.
It's like, if somebody's doing that, then it's going to probably damage your brand and make you lose views and even potentially whatever career you've got from it. But let me just get this apology up.
First off, I want to apologize to my mom and my sister Bebop.
Is that his dad standing there, like looking like he's like donning the like front door of a nightclub?
Identification, please.
You're not coming in tonight, mate.
I don't know. It's a weird video though. It's only halfway through, but the vibes of this are just like, I feel like he's got a gun to his head.
That is so bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at like proper heavy. It's like standing there. It's like when you're naughty at school and you have to apologize to a kid.
That's what it feels like. It does feel very disingenuous. It almost feels a bit scripted. Like the poor kid seems nervous.
Yeah.
Like, no, and the thing I don't get is, right, there's no way this is like I could, again, like a good parent in a way, because no good parent would force their kid to apologize to millions of people.
I lied and I hurt them. I hurt their business, what they were trying to do, something that they enjoyed. And it was something that I shouldn't have done. It was very stupid of me. And I'm very sorry to both of them and to everything that they were trying to accomplish. I made a lot of mistakes and went somewhere and did stuff that I wasn't supposed to.
And what did you lie about?
Is that his mum?
Yeah.
And he's making him do that for TikTok.
Right, it's weird. This is where I feel like they're like, obviously the conspiracy completely horse shit, but like, mate,
that is just not nice to watch.
Yeah,
That's
this is what I'm saying, mate. It's genuine. Like, I don't know. It's fucking
you
weird.
Just let your kid live.
There's got to be a reason for this kid to even think that. Like, even if it's not necessarily the truth, like, there's got to be a reason to why a kid is sending DMs like that out. Like, surely as a parent, you should be concerned that your kid is saying that, because even if he's lying, there has to be a reason behind that lie. Like, maybe he isn't getting enough attention. Maybe he wants some attention. I don't know. I can't speculate on that, but all I can say is there has to be a reason. And then even if there isn't, even if worst case scenario, he is just being a dick, it's like, he's a kid. I
think, regardless of all of that, you should not be like filming your kid.
Yeah, and like, she's got millions of followers. Like, exposing that kid to, this has been like purged now. Like,
why the hell would you flame your kid like that? Like, that is like absolutely mental. I mean, that is so batshit.
But also, that kid did not post those DMs. Somebody else deleted those DMs.
Exactly. I mean, poor kid. He's just, just chatting to people in his private messages.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that. I don't think you should be able to, grief someone over what they've said in their DMs.
But the next thing she says, I remember it now, is genuinely like, fucking how this woman is. She's definitely not Richmond sausage lover, because Richmond sausage lovers have some elegance about them. She certainly does not.
Tell you what this woman is.
What?
This woman is, she has got walls written all over her.
God, Jesus Christ, man, that's criminal action.
That I was forced.
Say it.
That I was forced.
Were you ever forced?
No.
Were you ever threatened?
No.
Was there any consequences to not doing a video?
No.
Did you like it at the end, being famous?
Yeah.
Just really weird. Like, I don't know, like the bit where she goes, did you like being famous? It's like, all right, mate. Like, fucking hell, you got a few fucking followers on TikTok. Well done. But it's like, how do you get to the point of where you get millions of followers to the point of where you now bully your own child?
Yeah, like, what a weird family dynamic that is.
Yeah, it's like, it's obviously the whole like theory about the kidnapping is nasty and stuff. But it's like, there's reason for people being concerned and stuff. And as much as there is like little frat bros going around being like little people have been kidnapped, it's like, it still doesn't really excuse stuff like this. Now, this was purged from the internet probably for certain reasons.
Yeah, I'm glad it got taken down.
Yeah, but they're still continuing, and the son had all of his social media taken away from him. Like, I think there was another post about it, but yeah, he no longer has social media because of that one incident, which is just mental. Like, we've probably said much worse things on the internet
in the past 20 minutes, mate.
Yeah, probably.
What is the age of the kid? Do we know this?
I think he was 14.
14.
Yeah.
You've got to let your kid do what he wants.
Yeah.
14.
Well, maybe not everything.
Sure, don't let him have a little ciggy or anything.
Why not? They want a little spleef.
A little bit of the spleef.
A little bit of... No, come on. Jesus.
If the kids want some smack, give him some smack.
If he wants some... If he wants some Richmonds and he wants some onions, just give him the fucking onions.
Just give him the onions.
No, there was nothing more. I just like, I want to go through more, like not today, but like I want to start going through more conspiracies just because how stupid they are.
TikTok conspiracies.
Mate, TikTok conspiracies are amazing because of how stupid they are.
Yeah, I mean, they're outlandish, aren't they?
I love talking about stupid people, and mate, TikTok and stupid people. The final bit to why people thought these guys were kidnapped was because people were being like, wear this if you're in danger. But what people were doing was they were like, a lot of people were trolling. So they would go to so they'd post a video, and they'd be wearing a blue shirt. And then they'd go to the video before of and then they comment, wear a blue shirt in your next video, which is already out, where they're wearing a blue shirt if you've been kidnapped. Okay. And like, they'd get loads of people to like their comment, but then people would see that comment and then go to the next one who didn't know about the troll and be like, oh my God, they've been kidnapped. But in reality it was just people fucking around pretty much.
That's quite like, that's a clever level of trolling, isn't it, I think?
But it's like, it's just gone into this point of where people are actually like going into like FBI documents and stuff. Be like, this poor little kid. And it's like, just think, this like 6-year-old girl, 8-year-old girl, whatever she is, she's also like, the mother is clearly about the money because like she's also putting her in beauty pageants and stuff. And mate, and beauty pageants.
I hate beauty pageants.
Oh, mate,
I think dolling your like kid up.
And honestly,
just weird,
if you're a fucking beauty pageant judge, you are a stinky man. You are a dodgy bloke,
mate. You absolutely reek.
Yeah, no, you stink. Like you fucking stink.
You're a smelly boy.
Stinky boy.
You're the real SpongeBob sandwich eating man.
The idea of like dressing your kid up for like grown adults to rape them, mate. And I swear it's only really an American thing. Like, I know it happens outside of America, but that culture is just glorified in America. And I don't know why. I mean, I have some conspiracies to why, but it's just weird that that's still happening this day. And it's like, this kid is not only doing that, but she's also doing this. And then the other kid is also being literally bullied by his own mother.
Yeah, I think it just highlights like how genuinely insane some people are.
I think it's also like poison of social media, like TikTok, of how bad it is. It's like people are so inclined to getting popular instantly. And it's like, how do I get popular? Exploit my child on the internet, pretty much. And it is exploitation. Like, I know it's a big, beefy word, but it is a form of exploitation. Like posting your kid online. It's been proven here, the 14-year-old, like basically just being like gun to his head. I ain't got proof of that, but just like how it seems, it seems very exploitative. And also, you've just got to think about the nature of there's a lot of dodgy people on the internet watching this stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I just think if you want to make TikToks great, don't force your kids to do them with you, because I just think, that poor boy.
That poor girl.
Boy.
Yeah, and also those poor kids that were actually kidnapped being fucking conflated into TikTok drama by some random frat bro.
TikTok drama.
But yeah, I think we're going to call it a break there. For people listening right now, we just need to have a little drinky and some little munchies. And
maybe a little tinkle.
Maybe a little tinkle, so we'll see you in literally, for you, about 2 seconds. But I'm also going to ask you to subscribe in a separate audio clip. See you in a minute. Hello, my friends. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you very much, firstly. But also, I do just want to put a reminder and say, hey, could you follow all of us on social media? Spotify, Apple Music, I think, Twitter, the Instagram. It's all there in the description. I'm just basically putting a reminder to say, please, for the love of God, go follow us on all those things because it really helps. But yeah, let's continue.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Hi. How are you?
I'm pretty good, mate.
Yeah.
I had a nice coffee that I'm currently drinking.
I just had a ginger shot that I don't know why. I don't know what's done. I feel actually a bit more awake suddenly. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It could have been the Snickers.
It could have been the Snickers. Get some nuts.
You can help yourself.
I can't stop it. Oh god, no! I have to put the advert in to make sure people know I'm not that insane.
Snickers, get them nuts.
I have actually recently started watching true crime videos. Have you ever watched a true crime video before?
I think I've dabbled in true crime videos. I used to like listening to the My Favorite Murder podcast.
I actually think true crime as a genre is pretty interesting. There's a channel which I've watched called Loey Lane. She does really good like breakdowns of situations. And I think the important thing is like respectful because, you know, you are speaking about people that have been fucking brutally murdered.
The thing is with true crime is it can be done really well or it can be done like really bad.
Really bad.
Like,
And that's what I want to speak about today, my friend, because there's true crime, as much as it is entertaining or interesting, there are some people that take it a little bit in some weird places. So I'm going to you see this lovely thumbnail here. It says murder masterpiece.
Mate, she is loving that banana, isn't she?
So it's called Murder Masterpiece with Michelle, and she's loving that banana. She's looking very happy. This thumbnail is referencing a brutal child murder of a man called David Merfer, who was an American serial killer who confessed to murdering 4 people in Montana and 3 of them being children.
Right, okay.
And this is the thumbnail.
Is that like, are they pretending to be kids or?
No, I just think they decided, you know what, there's been a child brutally fucking murdered. What are we going to do? Gag on a banana. This is like viral last year on Twitter.
That's her reaction when she heard the story.
What?
Halfway through a banana, and she's like, "What?"
She's like,
spits banana out.
Banana shot a kid. But mate, there are some other channels which truly do take the Richmond biscuit. They, I don't know if Richmonds do biscuits, but basically there's this channel called Stephanie Sue. Okay. Now she is like the GOAT pretty much for like these insane thumbnails.
Okay.
So there was one I just found. Where is it? Here it is.
I love a amusing YouTube thumbnail.
Mate, this wonderful person has got the best ones. It goes, he killed his girlfriend for saying her ex's name. Hot Cheerio, Hot Pocket Mukbang. What? mate, look at that. It's genuinely fucking psychotic.
Mate, that looks like that's not far from Nico Avocado thumbnail, is it?
What you say that? What's going on with Stephanie Sue and Nico Avocado?
Mate, I'm pretty scared of him too.
No, mate, I am too. He is truly fucking weird cunt.
He is truly a fucking weird cunt.
Moving back to the true crime.
Go back on the other thumbnails because they were truly hilarious.
Mate, this is the thing. We will go further into this stuff because there are some other channels I want to look at.
I think it's brilliant.
I think it's like almost genius. Like, right, but though the thing is, right, you got to think. Imagine you have a family member.
I know where this is going.
You got a fucking family member, and they have been brutally decimated by Nick by some murderer. And it's been 5 years. You know, you've gotten over it. You've gone to therapy. You're not as traumatized by it anymore. And one day you're like, I'm gonna go onto YouTube and I'm gonna watch some videos from Buddy's podcast. And suddenly, what do you see? You see some lovely woman in front of a load of fucking Hot Pockets, Richmond sausages.
Hot Pockets.
In front of her photos of the man that murdered your brother or sister. It's not really a sight which I imagine is very nice, but there are plenty. I'm just gonna find a few more.
I get your point, but I do think that it is funny enough where the fact that maybe it is slightly offensive, I can look past that, I think. Because I think that is amazing.
Well, allow me to introduce you to Sick Psychological Experiment Let pedophiles adopt young kids for fun. KFC mukbang. I just love the ending. Look at the thumbnail. Mate, there is no fucking way anyone will be that sad with that amount of KFC in front of them. But no, the best part is, mate, he's got a little smirk on his face. He's looking forward to his KFC gravy.
He's like, gives a hot wing.
Give us a glizzy.
Gives a glizzy.
All right, let's go through a few more here because there are some fucking. Oh my god! Please don't say they've put mukbang. Oh my god, they've put mukbang. Okay. I can't say it. It's that much. All right. The creepiest 9/11 hostage call. The House of Horrors killer. Instant spicy hot noodle. It's gone in the head. Oh my god. Oh god, what is wrong with this genre? And I guess some serious points you could say is some poor fucking old dear's probably been murdered.
When you were saying about sort of like true crime being sort of, you know, covered in poor taste.
Yeah.
I did not expect you to show me that as an example. I thought, you know, you'd be showing me something that's just sort of been, you know, very like taken advantage of.
Oh, there are some. Though, I mean, I guess this is, to be fair, mate. I haven't actually shown you the content yet. Let's go back to the one about the person who killed their ex-girlfriend for saying the name. Okay. And this is the introduction to the video. I reiterate, this is called He Killed His Girlfriend for Saying Her Ex's Name, and it's just got this like little jolly music on.
Oh yeah.
It's like an Alfredo. So Fidel's mom says that everything was great. The couple was happy, there was no tension, but she also says that Fidel is lovely and wholesome. So can we really believe it? I don't know.
This is the biggest niche I've ever seen.
Yeah, this has 360,000 views.
I think if you truly put the effort in, you can get famous on YouTube doing pretty much anything.
Honestly,
I think this is a good example of that.
Sometimes when I consume true crime, the only reason I really want to speak about it is I've been like consuming it more. I don't know whether to feel bad or not, because like as humans I think we're like curious creatures, you know. We like Richmond sausages.
We love a bit of gossip, don't we?
We do.
We just like hearing about stuff.
Just stuff.
We love stuff.
Yeah.
We love a bit of stuff.
Yeah, no, but it's like when the genre is this, like it's not all this, but like this is a very popular channel, and it's just like I don't know if I should feel bad for contributing to this, but at the same time, companies like Netflix do true crime documentaries and everything like that. So it's like I can't just attack YouTubers and stuff for doing it. I'm not even attacking them. I actually think it's fucking genius, to be fair.
I was going to say, I mean, I'm not being critical at all here.
I am.
Do you remember Epic Meal Time?
I do remember Epic Meal Time.
That I get that because that was sick.
Yeah, no, yeah,
like,
and it was just fun.
I think yes, that's fun to watch, but just watching someone like go through 10,000 calories of food in once.
Yeah, never been.
I'm just thinking, like after that video they've recorded that, they just must feel so awful.
Yeah, I feel like you'd probably like your inside would be like actually fucking collapsing on you. Like, but also it's like you're speaking about like again the true crime. I don't understand where is the combination of consuming 6,000 Big Macs and talking about brutal murder. Like, why? Well, where's these things been added up? It's just like, where's the correlation here? Okay, but that isn't the only channel that's doing some weird shit, some weird wacky shit. There is another channel I found where it's a bit different. There's like subgenres of true crime. This channel, rather than speaking about the dead, they are contacting the dead.
Okay. Oh, is this when they're like phoning them at 3 a.m.?
It's kind of like that. They're doing spirit box sessions. That's what they call them. Now, I don't know if this is an actual medium that people do like to practice, but this channel I found is like so insane.
It sounds like some incredibly poor taste.
It's got 260,000 likes. It's got 300,000 subs, and it's titled, in all caps, Betty White's Spirit Box. What she says will shock you, in brackets, she's so powerful. To be honest with you, I don't think Betty White was that powerful even when she was alive, so I don't know what's been going on in the afterlife, but this is the nature of the video. It's very, very weird.
Do you remember those last days, Betty?
How long is this video?
This video is 11 minutes long. I feel like he's probably just got his grandma in and it's like, Nan, can you say a few things into the mic?
Nan, are you being forced to do these videos? We're going to get in a few months. Nan's going to be standing next to her dad or something.
Nobody's listening to the script's going to get that reference. Oh man, I don't know if he's doing the voice, but yeah, he's basically contacting Betty White.
Betty White's being contacted.
It's just fucking mental.
It's just like trying to be respectful as possible here.
That's
Betty White, right, when she died,
yeah,
I don't think the first thing she thought she was going to do is I'm going to get in contact
with a
with
YouTuber.
this random ash YouTuber.
Oh god, I think Betty White's got better things to be doing. To be fair,
do you reckon he just like picks up old people off the street and pays them to do it?
mate, but there's more on here. We'll just quickly watch a couple seconds more of this.
We're looking to get in contact with the spirit of Betty White tonight. I've been trying for a little bit now, but haven't had much success. My spirit guide has confirmed, though, that Betty is here now.
How do you confirm that?
Betty got ID.
Betty got ID'd.
Like, you play fucking provisional. Oh my god.
Fuck me. Can you imagine?
Poor Betty White, man. She's gone through enough.
Betty
As it
White,
is.
yeah. It's just
It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
How many views has this got?
There's over 200,000 views.
Mate,
I need to show you the whole channel. I would you fuck Betty. No, fuck Betty White. Fuck this guy. Oh, God. I'm sorry, Betty. I didn't mean it.
Oh, poor woman.
She's not going to hear it.
Betty White was
No,
great.
she might be in here. Betty White, are you her? No. Okay, this is his entire channel.
Let's not become everything we hate.
Let's not. Okay, so he just mainly contacts like dead rappers and stuff. He contacted Pop Smoke, 500k views. He contacted Juice WRLD, 400k. Even Michael Jackson got on in.
Michael J got in on the action.
He didn't want to be left out, mate.
I just want to warn the YouTuber, please, under no circumstances, get Lizzie in the box.
She's already in a box, mate. Sorry. Oh god. No, yeah, don't do it to Liz. We're not going to clarify which Liz, but don't do it to Liz. But yeah, no. True crime is truly a little chestnut.
Yeah. I didn't realise there was like so much to it.
Oh mate, we could go through. Mate, we'll probably go through some more because I imagine there's more. Like, because honestly, just looking at the thumbnails is hilarious. If people are watching this right now and they find some stuff they want us to look at, just send us because like we do like a good laugh. I honestly just can't go. But yeah, no, it's good. No, it's not. But
I've never seen a banana eaten so intensely.
Honestly, like I don't think it's like I don't. Some people like go to the point of being like true crime should be banned. It's like, how'd you do that? And why?
You can't ban content.
No.
Well, some content you definitely can.
Yeah, some content. Jesus, yeah, some content. But not this. No,
not this. I think it's some of it is in poor taste.
I feel like people. Sorry to interject. I feel like some people on the internet need to realize that you can disagree with something without being like, this needs to be banned. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I feel like when we're saying to higher powers, being like, get rid of this thing that I don't like. Although, if the family members do contact these people, like I feel like they should take the content down. Like if a family member sees a video about a deceased loved one that is being covered like this, and they're like, I don't want this on the internet, then they should take it down.
What if it's true though?
What do you mean?
What's the spirit box?
What, Betty's just chatting with a YouTuber?
What if it's true, yeah.
Betty White, Pop Smoke, and Michael Jackson in a room together.
That is such a sick podcast idea, isn't it?
Betty White, Michael Jackson, and Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we get some good music out of that. To be fair. All right. So we've been signified. We haven't got too long left, lads. Because we were a bit late to the recording. To be honest with you,
we had to have food.
We need to speak about a happy story to end the day.
Oh, we're doing a little good news story,
We're doing the good news because everyone's favourite internet celebrity, Trisha. You know Trisha Paytas.
I know Trisha Paytas. Yeah.
She has given birth. It's a little clap,
Well done,
to Trisha. Well done. Yeah, she gave birth didn't obviously. I mean, nice to see. Good luck. I hope it's going well for you. But the internet has noticed the name of the baby. Have you seen the name of the baby?
I have. It's called Barbie Malibu.
Malibu Barbie Patus.
Oh, I got the wrong way around.
Now, when I saw that, I upset somebody because I said that name has officially cursed the timeline for the next 20 years. And I still think it has.
I think I saw this. There's just a guy that quote tweeted saying...
deleted his previous joke or something like that.
Yeah, and then someone was like, imagine making fun of a baby's name.
It was the same guy that said that.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was imagine making fun of a baby's name. I'm going to fucking bully any baby that I say. Fuck them. They're not going to understand.
Well, I mean... We're not.
No, I'm not. I'm joking. I'm not actually going to bully a child. But also,
we're not having a go at the baby or the child. If anything, you're mocking the parent. Aren't you?
Yeah, but at the same time, I actually think the name, like, it's a very Trisha Paytas name. Like, I made a tweet being like, you can say what you want about it if it's a silly name or not, but it is on brand. Like, that is the most Trisha Paytas name.
Also, Malibu, I quite like that.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it's a bad name. I think it's actually like, at least it's not called fucking Dave or something. Like we've got enough Daves in the world. We've got something unique.
I mean, yeah, we've got enough Keiths. We've got enough fucking
Jeffs.
Stinky Pete's.
We've got enough. I don't know. We've got enough Aidens.
We've got enough Aidens.
There was also...
and we got too many phrases.
There was also another thing which I personally found very entertaining of the coincidence that Queen Elizabeth, God rest her soul, she passed away, and a lot of people have noticed that in the same week, Trisha Paytas has given birth to somebody. I say somebody like we don't know the name of the person.
Yeah.
But people are kind of worried that Liz is back, or maybe they're happy that Liz is back. Who doesn't know? It's kind of like when Voldemort returns. Sorry, it's kind of like when anyone returns.
You've just compared the Queen to Voldemort.
No, I just said it was like it. I guess that's a comparison. But a lot of people are worried that this is like some the reincarnation of Big Liz. Honestly, I think it's one of my favorite internet stories because like I just love how fucking stupid it is.
I just like how like people have put two and two together.
Just think, right? I want to know. They're probably grieving. They're going through it. Prince Andrew's definitely going through a lot, including the multiple lawsuits. But sorry, but. I want to know, do they know that Trisha Paytas has given birth to the reincarnation of their long-lost loved one?
Do they know?
Do you think they know? I think one of them might. Like, there's no way. What's the prince's name? George.
Yeah.
He's got Twitter.
Do you reckon he's got, like, sensors as well? Like, special royal sort of spidey sensors?
What? He senses reincarnated loved one?
Yeah.
Mate, that was a really shit MCU film. That's going out. Prince George and his queen sense.
My boy's been on the Compound V, hasn't he?
The Compound V. I didn't even know you watched The Boys.
Yeah. Sick show.
Yeah, it is, to be fair. Maybe Trisha Paytas' daughter is going to become like the first superhero, but it's actually going to be Liz. Liz is back.
What's the power?
She is. I don't know. I don't.
Oh, you're stalling it.
I'm stalling. I was going to say she's going to exploit the poor even more, but you know, moving away. But no, I just thought it was a very funny thing. Do you know people were actually angry about this name though?
Yeah, no, I think people sort of thought it was seen as like, I don't know, this going to grow up and get bullied and stuff. But
yeah, but like, why do you care that much? Like, it's not your kid. Like,
no.
Like it's just one of the top comments is actually, to be fair, one of the top comments is replying to somebody saying she's going to be bullied for her name. It's like, why is the first thought of somebody giving birth? That kid's definitely going to be fucking bullied. Like, I mean, everyone gets bullied at one point, right? Like, surely.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the name is not ridiculous enough to make that point.
Yeah.
And I know that in itself sounds ridiculous because Malibu Barbie is a bit sort of, it's unique, isn't it?
I did see something about because of the name, like she can be sued by somebody if she ever sells anything in relation. But I'm like, guys, are we that ill that we're talking about merch sales of a newborn baby? It's not even fucking 7 days old yet. Like, why are we speaking about merch sales and lawsuits?
Yeah, it's not like it's been called Bumhead or something.
I mean, come on. Liz has gone through enough this week. Like, just she's back and let her have her heyday.
Yeah.
Man.
Can we give Trisha's kid a fighting chance here?
Let's call her by her real name, mate. Come on, call her Liz. I don't know. I just thought it was. No, to be fair, like Trisha did made a tweet, which it was actually really nice to see. Like I said, I wanted to end this on a fairly positive story. Like you must know that she's like a controversial figure. She's done a lot of silly things. She tweeted though, like a few days yesterday, being like, "My world is completely different now. I see everything so differently. What a crazy experience. A child doesn't just change your heart. A child can literally change you." And honestly, I do agree with that, but I think it is a little bit different when it's the fucking Queen of England. But
yeah, definitely.
I just thought it was nice. But I also do find it weird how literally there must not be much going on in the world right now, because I've got like all those headlines there. CNN, Digital Spy, NBC News. Why are they covering this? Why does this matter? The only people that should be covering this are losers like us with a microphone.
Yeah, we're the only ones that I feel have the credibility to cover stories like these.
Trisha Paytas and the regeneration of the Queen. What superpowers does Malibu Liz Trisha Paytas have?
I think they can produce glizzies on impact.
Just fucking throwing them like really fast. Yeah.
Shooting them like fucking web, like Spider-Man.
Mate, imagine the pain. The pain of fucking shooting. Like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's got a bit of web. But you know, have you seen No Way Home?
No.
Oh, he's like, when they're all like linking up and stuff, like they're going through it, and then Toby's like, "Oh, it comes out of my arms."
Just a full on.
Yeah, you got fucking Malibu's like, "Yeah, look at this."
Full on Cumberland sausage. A full on Cumberland.
Like,
flying.
is that like those big fucking
the wheel ones? They're like the big wheels.
Mate,
that unraveling.
And the thing is, as she gets older, the brand of sausage changing. It's like when you're younger, the sausage is like a little bit small to look, because obviously your body gets bigger and stuff. So it goes from like those little sausages you get at Christmas. You know, those stick sausages, the cocktail sausages, and then it gradually becomes a pepperami. And then
it gets bigger.
It becomes a fucking full-on battered sausage.
Battered?
Mate, this is the worst thing we've ever said. We're saying that this kid is the reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth, and she has now got Spider-Man powers.
Her right hand can shoot sausages, right? Listen to me.
Wait, I just realised this implies this at some point in this kid's life, she's gonna get bitten by a glizzy. It's just gonna be because Queen Elizabeth's come back, so like anything can happen. So a glizzy with some legs and some teeth.
The right hand shoots sausages, full on bangers.
What does the left hand do?
Mash. That's what I was gonna say.
Bangers and mash, girl.
What's for dinner, mummy Trish? You got to sort yourself out tonight. Bangers and mash it is again. Every night.
Worst thing anyone has ever said in the history of fucking YouTube.
You could like open up restaurants where you just walk around shooting out bangers and mash on plates.
I think that financially being able to just throw out glizzies everywhere, you've probably got a business venture which over time is probably going to make Trisha Paytas very comfortable in her elder days.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there.
Does she have like the powers to climb walls and stuff, or is it just she can just climb? Like if there's a wall made out of sausage, she can climb it.
She can't, but she can shoot, like, you know how sausages are linked together. She can swing from them.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. What the fuck, man? This poor kid is already getting mocked by it. We're not mocking. I'm actually like, realistically, if she has these glizzy producing powers, she could save the world and create world peace. Because honestly, I think if somebody can shoot bad sausages out of your wrists, it goes up to you, you're probably just gonna be like, fuck it out, all right, I'm done here. Like if like a terrorist is threatening to do something, just send in glizzy man, a glizzy girl, sorry.
Especially when it's like, do you reckon when it's like Chippy Fridays, they can like just manifest battered sausages, like straight out of the
at
chippy.
School you're a bit late to dinner, and it's like on Fridays there'd be like fish and chips or something like that, and then sometimes there's not enough sausages or fish left. This happens at Trisha Paytas' school. For some reason she's going to a British school now, and everyone's ready to there's no sausages. It's like, no worries boys,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, where do we even fucking get to? I
don't
don't
know, mate. It's
again,
been a very
I
sausage.
am going to make this a clip, and nobody is going to get the context of why we are finding Richmond and Glizzy. So Richmond Glizzy sausages. So
It's a very sausage-heavy episode, isn't it?
it is. There's been a lot of debate of Richmond, Linda's, even Heck. What a terrible name for a sausage.
What heck?
Heck. It's like, heck, I'm eating some chicken sandwiches.
Yes, like,
But
you eat them and they're so tasty. You're like, what the heck? It's like, what the heck? These are so friggin' delicious.
oh god,
These sausages are friggin' banging, bro.
Either way, Trisha, I'm happy you've now got a superhuman of a child. I hope they go on to save the world. And congratulations, Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Was that? that was awful. That was absolutely horrific. Honestly, I think this has just been a complete utter mess.
It's been a tough couple of hours for the listeners if they're still listening.
I'm sorry. If any of you have gotten here, then thank you very much.
Cheers.
Yeah. Do we call it a day there?
I think we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to say thanks for listening.
Yeah. If you have your favorite Glizzy brands, let us know down below.
Yeah,
what they are.
And in the links, you can follow us on Twitter,
Spotify, Apple Music. It's actually there now. So please go use it. It's in the description. Twitter as well. Important for interactions and get. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Just go follow them. We're not going to add any more. Thanks for watching, everybody. Anything else to say before we go?
Peace out.
Loser. Bye.